So my name's Will Hurt, I come from the UK and I make digital interactives.
My name is Tanya Razwa-Chitunu. I am Zimbabwean born and raised, and I currently live in the UK. I am a spoken word poet, which means that I write poetry that is supposed to be performed on stage.
My name is Afokwefolua Ujo. I'm a writer and a software engineer. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. So I was very interested in how the city seems very separate from all the other African cities I've been. This one seems very different. It seems just on its own. It still seems very under colonial colonial influence, and then also how everybody spoke a different language, getting used to that and trying to be part of the community in general.
Yeah, I think there are a few themes that I found in the city. One is how the city is used. They've used historical spaces and that are still functioning. So for example, the train station is quite historic and iconic of the city, but people still use it, and I really love that idea. There's other spaces that they've done that as well, that things aren't just looked at from afar, they're still being used.
So on the first day we were here, I really enjoyed going to Deal.
Close up, what's up?
Go make it. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
And seeing that space, seeing all the different types of work that people are producing, and the kind of relationships between everyone. It's so friendly, and kind of everyone was open and wanted to know what we were up to, and were willing to talk about what they were up to. And it's a beautiful space. There aren't places like that in the UK that I've been to, and it felt really special that we were sort of being, we had such a nice treatment, being taken to, sort of pushed into right into the art scene, if you can call it that. Yeah, and on the second day we went to Katembe. And that was such a contrast from Maputo city. I've never been to Africa before, and I guess the pictures you see on TV are more kind of that side, more wild and beautiful, and the artwork was really, really cool.
Went to Katembe, we saw artists' places that were they had photographs of their work on the walls in their houses. So I love that dual reality, that it's not, a clinical space, it's something that is organic, essentially. So I really enjoyed that.
Oh my God, this is the best ever.
Yeah, I was struck by the contrast between Maputo and Katembe. Although there's, it's only just a ferry ride away, but in many ways it's quite far away. Maputo obviously is much more developed, and there are more people there. It feels like a buzzing city, whereas Katembe feels like the countryside and not a lot of development. So I found that quite striking. Also interesting, there's potential in Katembe to become something more or something else. But I like that idea of having a countryside where people can go and relax and do things like, installations in their back gardens and things like that. So I really enjoyed that.
So to sum up the weekend in one word, it would be warm people.
Okay.
2 words.
Great.
Fantastic.